I'm saying? Boys and girls, family and friends. Here with one of my favorite people, Mecca. We don't talk as much as we should, but she's forever in my heart. You feel me?
You know, all friends don't have to talk every day to still remain friends.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We just catch up when we catch up.
We pick up like we never left off. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good due to the whole, the pandemic and everything.
Yeah, nonsense, the shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Yes. Long awaited guest. It's been a long time coming. We finally made it happen on a whim. Had to catch her on the you know what I mean? Boom, bop, bop.
It's the way life was going, you know what I'm
saying?
Yeah,
it's just, divine timing, you feel me? I see what's in the back, that's divine timing.
The fact that you cupped it.
Ain't even mean to, you mean? But, so, you always been a person. I admired your hustle, your work ethic. You tell us about like how you developed that and like what keeps you going like.
Oh man, my work ethic, honestly, I could say it came from my parents. Watching my parents work hard every day, cause like honestly, whatever my parents put their mind to, they do it, and like they kind of instilled that upon me. So like if I put my mind to it, and I'm doing it. Also like, with this generation, you kind of gotta grind. Like it's nowhere for open gift. As soon as you give somebody an open gift, like you can fall through it so quickly. So you gotta grind hard, and you gotta work hard. And if you don't have that in your mindset that like you can easily fall from where you started, then like you won't have that fire lit behind you.
Facts. Speaking on parents and stuff like that, growing up. You was on the move. Y'all was moving around a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
can you speak on like how that like shaped your perspective and?
I feel like me moving around a lot has got me to be the chameleon that I call myself today. At first when I first started moving around a lot, I didn't want to be friends with anybody. I didn't want to associate with myself, and it kept me distant. It kept everybody excluded from me. I was an introvert, and then I'm like, I can't get nowhere being like this, so I have to be willing to be open in order to be receptive for anything. So, like, I started, with the moving around, I started just to get to know whoever I was around, and then I just started to blend in where I was, and if I had to pick it up and do it again, it was easy because I know the steps of introducing myself, blend in, do this, do that, and that, and we're in. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be the star of attention, and I don't need to be, like, too bad, but, like, I just need to be in, so not too much commotion, you know what I'm saying?
Made you adaptable and adjustable to multiple environments.
Yeah.
Okay. While we touching on family, your family is dope. Like as far as like the connection that y'all have and how y'all be vibing with each other and everything like that.
Really?
Yeah. Because first of all, like a lot of us don't have our mom and pops in our life, so to see that and to see like the activities y'all do and just how y'all be vibing with each other is dope to see because I ain't see it.
I mean, we still try to do this like every morning. Like a lot of people know this. Like every morning we have a group chat. Me, my older sister, my mom, and my dad. And every morning we take turns and like say today's my day. I take turn, I'll go into like whatever Bible I want to, and I put a Bible verse. I mean, we just start the morning off. We say, good morning, everybody. If it's my day, I put a Bible verse. Tomorrow's next day, they put a Bible verse, and it just gets family that prays together stays together. So, you got to communicate somehow.
That's a fact. Yeah. Just, can you touch on like the importance of family and, just keeping that connection going?
The importance on family.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. Friends can also be just as
sure.
good as family.
For sure, that's a fact. Come on.
Like, 'cause I still got some friends, you included, who is like just as good as family. Like, I tell y'all stuff, I would go to y'all just like I would go to them. Like, so I mean.
The importance of maintaining those connections.
It's real important. It's real important to maintain that because like after this year, let me know, like, nobody's day is promised. You feel me? Anybody can go. I'd rather give everybody their roses and their flowers before they go. So I feel like the importance is just, like, you don't want to be by yourself. And there's no need to be by yourself if you got somebody who's willing to help you and willing to love you and support you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to always be by yourself. Whether it be family member or friends, it's still somebody that's supporting you. One person is better than nobody.
Mm-hmm. Cause we were just watching that drone on Netflix.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she put on this little 12-minute movie.
It was, everybody kept talking about it.
What was their reactions before they watched it, or after? What was, because you didn't record the reaction.
I didn't record every reaction. I did tear up. I ain't gonna hold you. I teared up when I seen that message go across the screen that hit my heart a little
What'd
bit.
they say?
If
anything happens.
Yeah, that was the name of the show. If anything happens, just I love you. Just know I love you.
Facts.
If anything happens, just know I love you.
What was people's reactions?
A lot of people's reaction was sad. They was crying, and I was like, maybe that's why I thought it was gonna be something sad, something.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like bawling their eyes out, and I'm like,
I think, but it showed the dynamic of like family being torn apart or the mom and the dad being torn apart, but ultimately being brought back together because they're like remembering the life. You know what I'm saying? Remembering like they still have each other, even though they lost.
yeah, but I feel like that put a whole
Spoiler alert.
They don't know how they lost it.
Nah.
So I feel like when it happened though, when it did happen, I'm not trying to spoil nothing else, but like it created a hole in their heart.
For sure.
And certain things can't void like a hole that big. Like you can do but so much, but you can't void a hole so big. It's not gonna work.
But you figure it out over time. Essentially, I think that's like the moral.
Yeah, time heals all. Time heals all. So
Not all, but that's the same.
majority time heals majority.
What is happiness to you?
Happiness. It depends. Like, are you talking about happiness in a general emotion, or like what makes me happy?
Let's do both.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things that make me happy. Like, ice cream, anime, self-care, self-love. Those are things that make me genuinely happy. But like, fun fact about myself, somebody who suffers through depression, it's kind of hard for me to honestly like figure out my happiness, because I can truly be happy, but like if my depression tells me that I'm sad, then I'm sad, and there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I try my hardest, but it's just so like it's hard to find happiness in things, but like I try my best to find happiness in the small things. That way, like if I cherish that it will blow up eventually. The small things.
So you don't necessarily know overall what happiness looks like,
I mean,
or what would ideally be happiness if everything was perfect?
if everything was perfect and it was happiness is not needing for anything. Not needing anything. Not even being, like, just honestly, I'm not somebody who's too bad with being comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, not needing something. I'm okay with just being, like, they're good, don't have to need anything, everything's done. But, like, I don't need to have all this power or money or anything to be super happy. I just need to be not needing, like, I need to not need anything and be comfortable.
That's a good draw. All right, you speaking on self-care. Do you have a self-care routine, and what does that entail if you do?
Self-care routine, yes. Oh my gosh. First, it starts about if I have a wig on, it's snatched off. If I have my hair down, it's in a bun. I need nothing on me. Then it starts off with a nice facial. If it's a clay mask, then it's going to stay on to after my shower. But if it's like a regular mask, it's going to wash off with my shower. And I sit and first of all, I take a bath first. You got to put a bath bomb in, and I sit and I like, not a lot of people do this, but like I ain't gonna hold you. I put a little teaspoon of bleach in that bath just to make sure everything clean. Put a little teaspoon of bleach in there.
I know some people that do that.
Put a little teaspoon of bleach and a teaspoon of apple cider vinaigrette. That's all you need. A nice bubble bath. I marinate for a good 5 to 6 minutes of marination.
Like your food.
Marinate. All this turkey juice. Just marinate. And then I let the water go down. As the water go down, I get out I got the bath and I wash my face off. And then I get back in the shower and I actually shower. Because you're not really clean when you're bathing. You're sitting in your dirt. So like I can just get back up and then I shower right afterwards. And that's it. And that's a self-care, beautiful thing. Not to mention a little, you know what I'm saying, there and there. Did you know that they made weed legal in Pennsylvania?
I thought it was Jersey.
No, they made it legal in all states. My mom just sent me a text message that said weed is legal in all states.
Was it an article?
No, it's a bill that just passed.
They just passed the bill today.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah?
It was like probably not even like 6-7 hours ago.
Yeah, like weed is legal everywhere.
I just recently got it.
My mom told me it's just that, but they're treating it still like a DUI though. Like it's still like if you get a call with it open, it's a DUI and all that other stuff. So.
Well, it's always gonna be open. Nonetheless, the rules. Oh shit. I'll get into it later.
Okay. We was talked about mental health a little bit.
Mental health. That's a fun topic always. That's always a fun topic.
I haven't always been the happiest person myself, but she always been like optimistic, and you know what I'm saying, had like
crazy, Troy. I knew you when you were the happiest.
You knew?
I knew you when you was
yeah, you could tell. Like,
I knew you back in UPS days.
Exactly. You work at UPS, you're gonna be a little stressed.
I know you back in UPS days,
man.
Yeah,
you be feeling down.
But you know what made you?
Other things.
You know what made you smile? Them tutting parties.
Oh yeah, not tutting parties. Parties. What tutting goals happens at the party, but not specifically tanging. Yeah, we could say tanging more than the tutting, but.
What's tutting? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. It's D-Mac. Oh, I'm showing my age.
Yeah, you got the top rock too, right? She's working on the top rock. But yeah, she always been like happy or optimistic about like, you know what I'm saying, just life. And that was kind of weird for me at first because it was like, why are you like this? I had to like adjust to that. But
that's a lot of people. Nobody knew why I was this happy. They was like, "What's wrong with you? Like you can't be this happy in life." And little did everybody know, I was secretly deep down depressed. But like my thing is, if I smile, you don't ask me what's wrong. As long as I'm smiling, you don't ask me what's wrong. You don't question somebody for being happy. You can't be overly happy, but you gotta be a minimum happy. They be like, "She's good in life." No, I was crying inside, like. But I didn't want anybody to ask me. I was at the time in my mental health where I wasn't ready for help. You have to be ready for. I tell this to anybody, like people who know people who have like mental problems or depression or something. It's all fun and games to want to help them, you know. But like, they gotta be willing to ask for help because the moment you help them without them asking, you're overstepping, and now they're upset with you. They're not upset at you because you want to help. It's upset at you is how you're helping because I didn't ask you to help. And if you help me the way I asked you to help, then we can do it peacefully and like it can work. But like if you overstep, which is nothing but love, but if you overstep your help, it just feels like I let you down. You gotta do all this stuff to get me back to where I was, and it's a lot of stuff. I don't want to feel like you're doing all this stuff with no avail. That's why I don't want you to help because I couldn't even help myself, and I'm not in a spot where I can help myself.
Right.
So watching you help me and you fail and run along with me is going to hurt me 10 times more watching you do it than watching me do it. Because, like, in my mind, why do you want to fight so hard for me if I'm not fighting hard for me?
And then to the point, like, yeah, what she was saying, like, when people help, they help you how they perceive help versus asking, like, how do you want me to help you? And a lot of people don't, like, think like that. Like, they just want to, kind of like when parents be like, I want you to go out, get a job, da da da. They want to project what they view as success onto you. And it's the same thing with the help, John.
Just another pinpoint. It's kind of similar to how parents, portray college being, the best place for all kids. Everybody should go to college, man. Actually,
it don't work out for everybody.
It don't work out, and you didn't need it. And
most people don't need college.
In debt.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Most people who go to college end up forcing themselves into debt just because of the fact that their parents forced them, to experience something they didn't really need to experience at that moment.
Facts. And another perspective is like, what if you're in debt to your parents, like, versus being in debt to a college? Like,
that's the same.
they give you the bread to start a business. They give you like a credit, you know what I'm saying, of like 10,000, 20,000 to invest in your endeavors or whatever you want to do. But parents don't be thinking in that mindset because we're educated by people that don't really fuck with us. So,
I'd rather be indebted to like outsiders than indebted to my parents.
yeah, I'm not saying specifically your parents, but I'm just saying as a
What?
society, like, what if we considered that as a perspective versus going the college route? I'd rather be indebted like my friends. Like, I'd rather take some bread from my friends that I fuck with versus a bank. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to be, it's different.
Well, hear me out. This is why I'd rather do it outside than do it with a friend. You feel me? Now, hear me out. Say I let you borrow, so you say, hey, Matt, I need to borrow,
$5,000.
$5,000. And if I got it, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
like, I need to put it towards a business. This is what I'm doing $5,000 for, this, that, and the third.
And you
Great.
got the $5,000.
I got it. It's not gonna
It
make
ain't hurting
It
you.
ain't gonna hurt me if I give it to
Right.
you. So I give it to you.
Right.
Now the $5,000 you told me that was gonna help you start your business and everything, but I'm seeing you out in Miami with bottles.
No.
No, I'm just saying
Go
it
ahead,
can
go
happen.
ahead,
It
go
can
ahead.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you out here living your best life.
Right.
Now I'm on you.
Yeah.
Now I'm on you. But if I had borrowed from the bank, they don't know what I'm spending. They don't know if I had money left over from that $5,000. They don't know they have no idea if I'm out here spending that $5,000 on Miami. But if I had borrowed it from somebody, they can see that. The bank can't see that. And the bank ain't gonna be on me like they are. The bank gonna tell me once a month, hey, you owe this.
IRS can.
IRS is different.
IRS will physically hunt you down. For instance, in the last year, I've been hunted down by the IRS, and every time my credit score actually gets to the point where it's going up, like it's genuinely going up, and I feel like everything's building, IRS comes to knock shit back down just because of the fact that they didn't want to pay my student loans yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, like, genuinely, I can have a 700 and plus credit score. It's just I haven't started paying that shit, so because the fact I ain't started.
But hear me out though. Like when you die, where did your student loan go?
You get
Disappears.
So what's the point of paying it?
it depends on what the circumstances. Your spouse.
And depending on the state you're in, if it's over like 7 or 8 years, you could get it expunged, depending on the type of loan that you got.
It goes to your spouse depending on
If you married.
Yeah.
But if you're single,
It just
disappear. Exactly.
yeah.
So what's the point of paying it? Why do you have to
Because
pay for education?
they trying to take advantage of us in America. and
Why
that's-
do I have to pay for education?
Because it's America and capitalistic society, and they're going to
This is
manipulate
the way
and
you
take
gotta pay
advantage
for
of you.
medication.
Not in other places though.
Other places they don't have to. But
Canada, you don't.
Think
Switzerland, you
about
don't.
the
Mexico,
waiting
I
list
think.
behind half the shit. What's name? Like, you may not have to pay, but besides the fact that you don't have to pay, there is an extreme waiting list because everybody's sick in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? You're not all paying, the highest what's name. Normally, the more money you have, the more you get, items and singled out. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, if you got money, think of it. For instance, we got Magic. Magic being, having the money he had allowed him to have the platform in America.
Mhm.
Whether, set aside from somebody else who had, AIDS for probably 10. Shit, let's just, compare Magic to Eazy-E, for instance. The circumstances conduct like, all right, it doesn't even matter at the fact that, us, paying for, student loan, all that extra bullshit. It really doesn't. If we was able to get, free healthcare, you still won't have the waiting list. And it's always going to apply because, people got to get paid, shit got to get done, they got to set schedules, and a lot of people are ahead of you beyond, that situation. That's the reason why when they be like, all right, I need a kidney transplant in Canada, they waiting for damn near all year. Then that kidney ain't going to happen in case somebody croak out.
But it's also connected with the education aspect. Because back what you were saying with the Magic and the Eazy-E example, like Magic Johnson got connected. No, he also got connected with Dr. Sebi. And
Oh yeah.
Dr. C.
yeah, so the government doesn't educate us on how to prevent illness from happening because they make money off our illnesses, and it's $1 billion industry. Death, illness, all these things, it's all connected.
Listen, did you know that once the weed went legal, they bought millions in stock in marijuana.
For sure. You
Millions
already.
in stock.
They've been waiting for everything to go in.
Now hear me out. Now how is that going to affect these local corner boys?
It doesn't, honestly, because this the whole thing. You're paying top tier for weed. There's always going to be that aspect of people who don't have it.
For sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Whereas though you got your 9 to 5, I've been getting this same gas. I got that same gas you about to get from this dispensary for $60. I got that same gas right now. You see the whole thing that's different. I got it off the truck. You had to buy it in the store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting completely half price, damn near a quarter of the price, just because of the fact that I knew who I knew and how I, networked throughout the situation. To, it's always going. It's like drugs. It's like you got your people at the pharmacy.
Drugs.
You got your people at the pharmacy
Right,
who
sure.
go, be pharmaceutical. Yeah. Okay. You got your people at the who's gonna do pharmaceutical drugs, and then you got people who are going, stamp drugs and shit like that. Whereas though, they can't afford the highest, or the best quality, so they make,
I think
different means to it.
the conversation shifts to the people that got locked up on the petty charges.
A lot of them got released when the COVID started because they had to release a lot of people.
A nice amount, but it's still plenty of people that's
Yeah,
still
but we have
in
to
the laws
we
too.
have to work our way out getting them out. However, they have been letting a lot of prisoners out because of COVID. They couldn't keep them all confined, and there was too many people catching it. So people who had misdemeanors or small crimes, they were letting them leave, which was really nice for them. I knew a lot of people.
Just pushing back court dates.
I know a lot of people who left prison or who got left. I know one person who was let out because he was a drug charge, but it wasn't heavy crazy, but he got out. I'm gonna lie, I ain't gonna say nowhere and I ain't gonna nowhere.
I was gonna say, don't indict nobody.
I ain't indicting nobody. Nobody's indictment.
Let's talk about anime. Let's talk about the importance of anime in your life.
The importance of anime, man. The importance of anime is you learn. You're learning. It's great animation. It's adult TV, but in a fun way, like a kid's way, to make you learn. Not all anime is Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. There's actually some that's about classical music that teaches you how to play Mozart. There's some that are about Chinese checkers. There's some that are about how to play chess. There's anime about running track. There's ones about baseball. There's anything you're into. There's an anime for it, and it's just a fun way to watch it. I don't know. I've always been somebody who's into art, and the way they draw them, the details they put into anime has always intrigued me. And that's what brought me into anime. What was your first anime?
I was one of them, Dragon Ball Z or Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
No,
Pokemon.
not on Cartoon
Oh,
Network.
not
I'm
one of
talking
them?
about on Adult Swim, or you had to go on Funimation, or
I'll say Naruto.
That was the first one you watched?
Yeah, Naruto. That's
Mine was
joint.
Inuyasha.
Okay.
Inuyasha was the first anime I watched.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ah, that's a good one.
That was the first one. I remember it used to come on every Saturday at 7:30.
That's a good one.
7:30. You, I don't know. Don't touch that.
Yeah, I think I was over my man's crib. I was over Wesley crib, and they was watching Naruto, and then we started watching it online and finished Shippuden. Now everything coming on Netflix now, so
I like how everybody and their mom trying to come out and be like, oh, I watch anime. Y'all wasn't the same
It's a
kids
wave.
running backwards in the school.
Right.
y'all was calling us weird. But it's crazy. We can't we don't want to call y'all weird or call y'all fake for coming in.
Bandwagoning.
For being we don't want to do that because that's how y'all made us feel, and we don't want to make y'all feel like that. Anime is a great culture. We want everybody to experience it. However, we know.
we peep. We see what y'all doing out here.
We know. If any of your anime is something that you were talking about from Adult Swim, we know.
Earlier, you were saying you're retired from art. What does that mean?
I'm retired, which means these lovely paintings like these, or the one over there, which that one deserves recognition.
Yeah, we gotta bring
You showed this one, but
bring it over.
this is a real recognition right here.
sunflower rose situation.
This is the real recognition right here. Like, just you feel me? Like stuff like that. I feel like the reason I became retired was because I did these paintings for class for school, and when I did these, I don't think per se that art should be graded, but like I'm in an art class, and at the time I was in painting 2, and I was in class with people who was in painting 7, 8, 9, 5, 2, 1. You feel me? And the way he graded it was just like he put everybody's pictures all up together. So if this is a painting 1, this is painting 7, painting 2, painting 10. Like, so the way he put it up against everybody's, you can only judge based off people not coming in one-on-one and watching it. So as you know, I put my heart and soul in this picture. I spent like nights, days painting this. Like, I did a lot of detail, stuff that I normally wouldn't do in any day type of stuff. I put a lot of detail into it. And like, he rated it a B minus. Now at the time I was like, all right, it's a little rough because I thought it should have been at least like an A minus or an A, but I was like, all right, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's great. It's B minus. I'm gonna do better on my next one. So my next one, I procrastinated. I was so heartbroken about putting all this information, like all my time into this. I promise you can ask Tiff, and then I'll show you right after this video. Me and Tiff put together this painting I did in one night. It was due the next day. I painted it that night. Even it was so wet to touch at the class. I painted it that night, and he gave me a B minus for it. So then I thought to myself, that does it really matter? Right. Like, there's no way to really judge art, and I feel like he just took my passion away. He took like, it was like I put my all into something, and it was just gonna be graded the same. It's gonna be just sought out as the same. It's just like I found art in other ways, but like actually doing stuff like this, like I shunned away from it.
Did he give any explanation like to why?
Why it was a B minus?
Yeah.
Like I said, it was compared next to somebody who was a lot better. Like, he just gave the person next to me like A++. You feel me? It was like somebody was in painting 7, gave them an A++, and then it was like mine. And then you came to mine. It was like I like what you did there. I see your details. Okay, B minus. And then went to the next picture. Like, if it was just like I didn't sit here and do all these details.
He didn't spend no time.
No, like he didn't. He knew who his pupils were.
Yeah.
He knew he was paying attention.
Favoritism.
Yeah, and as a teacher, that's not something you should instill in front of your kids, but like, that's what happened. And I just kind of stayed away from it. But I do go into other creativity things, so like, I still write poetry. I spit bars every now and then. I do makeup, which is another thing of like art. So I do my hair when on the free time.
You wanna spit some bars for us? Some poetry for the people?
It's on the phone.
It's on the phone. The joint you got remembered? The only joint you got remembered?
We can drop the hot fire afterwards. We can drop the hot fire afterwards.
That Dylon.
Dylon, and Dylon. You feel me?
Okay.
Also, if you didn't know, I come with a perfect hype man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure. No, that's you need that.
Yeah, you
it's
do.
Essential.
Listen, he look better than Flavor Flav, but you know what I'm saying?
Say why? Thank you. Like, that's a compliment.
Genuinely, but the majority does. But majority moves to that situation.
He's more like a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? To this Diddy. You know what I'm saying? The umbrella is. Bentley, I like the way.
With the colors.
You know, Bentley actually rap.
Really?
Yeah, Bentley had a song. He definitely had a track. Yeah, Bentley was hot.
I just knew Bentley for the umbrellas and the bow ties.
Listen, that's the fly shit. Bentley umbrella.
So we not saying the art is done, but you just taking a break from it.
Yeah, I mean, if I get re-inspired again, I bought some canvases over there. I'm just ready for it to hit me. The only inspiration I've done is those little, like I said, it comes in spurts. Like, I just did like a little Christmas stocking.
Okay.
It comes in spurts. If you look at things around the house, you'll see, like, for instance, you also got to sign that board. It's a welcome board, you know what I'm saying? welcome board in my house for anybody who was in my house. It says thank you for being a part of my journey, and just sign and show love, and it's just your signature to show that you. It's like a signature wall. You come into my house, you sign a wall, and I know you're forever there. You're somebody who's took a step in my life, and that's it. But like, if you look at my calendar are designed in all kooky and crazy type of ways. Like, I do still do like art in different ways. It's just like they're in small spurts. They're not in big portraits like they used to be.
Listen, folks, let me tell you something. I knew this lady for about 5 years now, and she said happy birthday to me one time.
First of all,
And my birthday just passed, right? Crazy. Look, I invited her to the birthday situation this year. It was last minute, you know what I'm saying? We put it together last minute. Like,
you did, it was twisted.
Hold on.
Right, I didn't know.
It's like, it was like 3 to 4 days before. I'm like, yo, if you ain't busy, pull up, slide through. It was in South Philly. Well, no. The flyer didn't even have a location on it. Look, I sent her the message. She didn't even respond to the message.
I seen it. It's a flyer. It's an orange flyer.
It was red. It don't matter if you knew the color of it. It don't matter if you knew the color.
This message right there.
I'll pull it up right
It's
now.
an orange flyer.
Look, she didn't respond to the message. She could have been like, yo, I'm busy. This was October 11th. It was on my birthday. She didn't even say happy birthday. She didn't respond to the message.
But listen,
yo, sometimes.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't free till October 22nd.
It's just making you look better and
Right,
better
like,
every year, bro.
Listen, last year I said happy birthday. Last year I was like, I was early. I said, I don't know, 12 o'clock midnight. I was waiting like. Happy birthday.
Because I was on her for every year. She didn't do it.
He was like, every year I would see him after his birthday, he'd be like, so you just not gonna say happy birthday? Yeah. I was like, it didn't come up yet. Mecca.
Like, how is we cool? Like,
Some type.
Cause my energy is just always like, I'm sorry.
It's fine, but I say.
I always make it up.
I say all that to say that one of my friends at the birthday, they got me a journal in which everybody signed, which reminded me of her little welcome joint.
You got it with
and I'm just, no, I don't got it with me. It's in the crib, but I'm just saying, whenever that, when you, I got the
get
laptop.
That charger.
Yeah.
You about to give us a laptop charger. Woo,
you can
woo.
sign a journal drawing, you feel me? Crazy how your friends be doing you sometimes. It's cool though, cause a couple other friends didn't pull up. We ain't gonna say no names, Eve, Josh, but but you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Those were nouns. They were names.
And a couple other people, but they the more important ones. But back to the conversation at hand. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned this year?
There's a lot of lessons to learn, but the biggest one? Patience. Yeah, like not a lot of people know this, but me and let's say follow me. Me and my boyfriend live together, and this is like our first year living together.
Right.
I think in November it made it a year that we actually lived together for a full year.
Mm.
We've been together November made it last year. I can't disclose that information.
Yeah. It's been a minute. They've been dealing with each other. You know what I'm saying?
We've been together for a while.
It's a journey.
It's a disclosure, but we're
It's a disclosure.
Y'all need to know all that. You feel me?
If you know us, you know us.
Yeah.
Like, but like patience with that, like patience with relationships, patience with nobody knew in the beginning of March when it first came out. I caught COVID, and patience with believing that I would come through it. Patience with prayers, the things that will come to you. Patience in work, your job, people in general. Just having a patient mindset, like. That's all I can say. That's one of the lessons I learned is to have patience. Because I thought I had patience. I think everybody thinks they have patience until they're put into a situation where you have to prove that you have patience. And once you snap, and then everybody's like, told you ain't have patience. But like, you ain't telling me it was going to be like this. You didn't tell me it was going to be like this.
Yeah, we just dealing with a situation that requires some patience. We have yet to see how it unfolds. What time we got? What time we at? You gotta check the time.
You see me?
forget.
No, I'm looking up each and every time. I got 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes countdown.
That's another
Really gangster.
that's another patience test on the way.
No patience behind that.
What? I wanted to stay down there so bad. You have no idea. I was sitting there squatting, but I was like, that's so. You know me. I'm a
It's
host.
okay, you just trying to pull a G card.
You hear me? I'm a host before anything. You feel me?
You just felt disrespected.
I did feel disrespected, and I couldn't even confront the person I felt disrespected by. That's the thing. Like, it don't have to result in violence, but I just want to get my point across that I felt disrespected. No, I just felt disrespected. I just want you to know I felt disrespected, and it's not going to happen again. That's all I want to say. It's the principle, yes. It's just the principle. Because if I honestly wanted to prove a point, I could have took her stuff out, and I did. That's the thing. Like. And that's how I want her to understand. Like, this is where we're going to hopefully not get to any conflict. Of course, I'm going to say what I want to say because you touched my stuff. So you have to listen because you already, what is it? You already destroyed property. You touched my stuff. Go back to the interview because we got 9 minutes now.
Any questions you got for me?
I got 1,001 questions for you, Troy.
Listen.
When you get some meat on them bones, what happened? Listen, you used to be skinny and bones.
Listen, we've been working out
Are you
in
still?
the gym. I ain't husky, but we doing little push-ups, little pull-ups.
We still in the playground doing the
Yeah.
the dips.
Well, I was doing it over the summer and at the runs. Oh, this is the heaviest I actually am right now. Like I'm 169, but
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
this is the thickest I've ever seen this man.
I'm like 6'2",
This is the thickest I've ever seen this man.
But my usual is between 150, 160. Yeah. So I have been working out. No.
The muscle mass gonna stick to you more than your actual fat weight.
Yeah.
It's like being tall or like being skinny naturally born. Like it makes it kind of hard for you, certain weights to stick to you because it's like I can't break it over 180. Never break it over 180. Like the 182 by tonight, I'll be 179.
Yeah.
Like I never breaks 180, but it's like I know what parts of my body like hold weight, like let my legs to hold weight once I put weight on my legs. Weight don't hold on my chest for some weird ass reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the hardest place for me to hold like a lot of weight.
That's what I want to build too, is my
And
chest.
it's like, I want to build my chest with my shoulders. So it's like your lats, your back, your shit like that. But it's hard for to get all this to start to form. It's this part right here. I'm like, man, after your first 50 push-ups, you giving up. Like, damn, this shit hurt. No, I'm giving up from nothing.
It's a personal experience. Yeah.
First 50, and you doing all different kinds of push-ups. You breaking down. You doing
Diamond,
He's the one who put me on the diamonds. I'm being honest. He's the one who put me on the diamonds. He called me out.
I started this app, so like all my workouts for my chest is like all different breakdowns of all different like kinds of push-ups.
Yeah.
So it'd be like Cobra push-ups or like Cobra what's the names, and it's like all right, planking from your like it's all different weird shit. But it's like you feel like I don't feel like I'm actually gaining the mass that I want.
I don't really be too focused on the weight because I be doing more. I don't really lift weights. I be doing calisthenics.
Like too.
I do eat. I eat when I feel like it. But yeah, I don't really focus on the weight. My thing is internal wellness. So pretty much just feeling good and everything. Yeah, the aesthetics is gonna come as far as like how you want to look. So it's about feeling my best, and then all the aesthetics and everything else gonna come pretty much type joint. But yeah, for the weight and during this whole COVID situation, I do martial arts. So we haven't been training as much. That's another reason why I'm gaining the weight because I be sweating in that joint. You feel me? Drenched. So
I play ball a lot. So
yeah.
Like a lot of my water weight that I normally would trade off.
Yeah.
Like
It's my interview. It's my interview. Y'all just went on a tangent without me.
You could join in.
Internal wellness and like it was like, oh yeah, I felt all that internal wellness. I'm trying. It's kind of hard being, just a skinny guy. You don't understand.
You're not really skinny though, babe.
How tall are you?
I am 6'.
Okay.
But I can't gain no weight
Yeah, 'cause
over 180, and I can't go under 170. I'm so serious.
Mm,
That's solid. Like
yeah.
I'll fluctuate in between them 10.
But then again, it's specific to your height too. Like your BMI, like that's probably the joint you should be for your height.
Yeah, for the most part. But I also think it's because
That too. Yeah, that's gonna take the, you know what I'm saying, off. Um, other joints you got. For
other
me?
question here. So how has this podcast or this video thing has affected you? Because when I first met you, you hated people. I didn't you hated people. You didn't like to be around people. You would go to parties and stuff, but you did not like to associate yourself with people. You was, I wouldn't say mean, but you was standoffish when it comes to like introduce yourself. Like, even when I first met you, you was like, "The fuck is you looking at?" I was like I met you the day before my birthday. I was already sad, going through shit, and you looking. I just happened to be Alexis' house, and he was like, "Fuck is you looking at?"
I ain't say that.
Fuck is you looking at?
I ain't say
You
that.
said, "Fuck is you looking at?"
I-
Yes, because I was staring at you for a minute, because I was trying to figure out, like, do I know somebody? You know what I'm saying? Because me and Alexis knew people at the time, so I was like, do we know the same people? You know.
I think you, what is it? Hyping the situation up a little more than it is.
More of the
than
story
it
is.
was.
More of the story is.
No,
I
no,
see
the
you-
moral is true. The moral
Okay.
is true.
You became a nice social butterfly, which I've never seen in you, and how does it?
So pretty much the evolution of things.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really fuck with people, and people agitated me because people would be stupid, and so pretty much I recognized like I wanted to be better at that, be better at my communication, because like communication is the key to all relationships, whether that's a team that you're working with to build towards success, or just your partner and y'all building towards something. So I recognized that was a weakness, and I'm like, let me work towards that. So that being included with my health journey, like my health and wellness, that like exposed like different areas that I need to work on. So like those coupled together, because after I met you, like that's when I started to get in my health bag. So like that's when I started noticing those things and working on those things.
Do you mind if we exposing you a little bit? Do you mind exposing?
Listen, we here.
Listen, for this man to be the healthiest person I know, this man used to eat hot dogs
Oh yeah.
and eggs
Every
day.
Every day.
That's
UPS
it.
shit. You know what I
Every
mean?
day. He
Sam's
ain't nothing.
Club. You get the
used to
bulk,
have
bro. You
He
feel
used to
me?
have the bulk of eggs.
90 eggs.
90 eggs in the
Like
refrigerator.
40 hot dogs.
And 40 hot dogs.
For like $10.
And that's
both.
what he would, every day this man would
And
make.
now Chinese food too. General Tso's heavy. McDonald's time to time.
But like you
feel
will
me?
connect eggs
eggs
and hot dogs.
Yeah, toast. Oh, we got the loaves of bread, 2 loaves of bread for like $3. Come on, we finessing
To
with
see
the.
him change to be a vegetarian, to be eating something with like falafel, like grass and hummus, just eating so much healthy things. I am just, you'd have never
Y'all
thought.
could do it, y'all. You got more questions?
Um,
You don't got to force it. If you don't got it, you ain't got it. You feel me? You ain't got it on me. Ain't got it on.
how was your love life?
Wow, that's anything.
What?
Um,
I want all my friends to be happy and enjoying themselves with a
Listen.
partner.
No, that's the goal. Lately, I really haven't had one. I've been focusing on building, understanding the woman. I've been focused on understanding the woman, understanding friendships, building friendships platonically with the women that I know, so that when I want to build with a young lady, that I know the steps and the things to look for, the things I like and don't like, so that we could, you know what I mean? Because I ain't settling.
Them girls, he ain't settling.
I ain't doing that. You
He
feel me?
not
I know mine.
settling.
I know my worth.
He know his worth. He worth 4 Birkins. He said he worth 4 Birkins.
I know my worth. You see me? Come on. Come on now. So yeah, I've been chilling. Talked to a young lady last year. She was trying to rush things. She wanted the title. And I'm like, what did that mean? I don't mean nothing. You feel me? it means something societal wise, but listen, hear me out. So title represents, it's like say a person is your boss at a job. That doesn't necessarily mean that they have all the skills to actually be a boss and be good at their job. So I'm using that example as far as relationships. Just because I call you my girlfriend doesn't mean you embody those qualities. And it doesn't mean a relationship is going to be successful because of that. Because people like to stick in relationships just because you gave them a title. People just want company type Jones. Like we settle so much as a people. So I'm not one of them bulls. And I'm going to take my time getting to know you before we build up to the title. Cause that's an automatic thing. Like that just comes with it. You feel me? We're working towards that. But for you to rush into that, that's the wrong mental space to be in, baby girl.
Listen, I understand that completely. Like, listen, I had phases in life, but like I knew that the last person I would want to talk to, I want this to be a forever thing. I knew, like, I've been through heartbreaks, I've been through, casual dating, to all the other things. So like, I know what's out there, and it really wasn't much out there. You feel me? I was at a point in my life where I am ready to build with somebody.
For sure.
I am at a point in my life where I know what makes me happy, I know what makes me sad, I know what makes me crazy, I know what makes me tick, so that way we both don't have to play a game of let's find out what makes me happy, because if I don't know what makes me happy, how can I expect you to know? You feel me? So I'm at a spot where I know me, and I need a partner to build this foundation with me.
And that's fine.
And like I feel like with that, you have to, like you said, I'm gonna piggyback off you said, you have to build friendships. I would rather be your friend for years on end to get to know who you are as an individual than to just date some random willy-nilly guy. Like I want to get to know you as a person. I'm gonna ask you weird questions. Like there's no such thing as a weird question on a first date. A first date is like a job interview. That's one of the number thing. Is a first date is like a job interview. You want to know what you're getting into in this job, right? You don't want to be like, I came in this job, and you don't want to work for, let's just say, you want to work for Walmart, and they about to tell you got to go Will Steel. That's not what it said on this job application. No, you didn't ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. There's no such thing as too many questions. If you feel like he asking you too many questions on the first date, he not for you. You gotta find a person who's willing to answer those questions. We ain't got nothing to hide about those questions. I'm gonna ask you weird shit like, on a Tuesday night, probably around like 7 p.m., if I called you and asked if you wanted to go to Baskin Robbins just for 2 scoops of ice cream, would you come? That's a random thing. Now you're sitting here like, is she weird or am I going to get ice cream? The weird nigga's gonna go, let him leave. But the nigga's gonna get ice cream with you, now you got a conversation to ask another question. There's no such thing as a weird question. You're gonna find somebody on your vibe eventually. It's 3,000 and something billion people in the world. Like, there's billions and trillions of people in the world. If one don't follow you, there's another one. If another one don't follow you, it's 3,000 and something billion people in the world. Like,
talk about the weight loss, health journey, workout thing. Because back in the day, I wasn't even knowing my health. You feel me? She was like, "Come on, let's go do a workout. Come on, let's." I'm like, "Yo, I ain't really trying to do it, but I'ma fuck with you. I'ma see what it's about." You know?
I was trying to put him on that splat.
Yeah, I take a little drizzle, a little salt. You feel me? Tried it out. I wasn't about it. But then when I did get about it, I'm hitting her up like, "Yo, let's link." She ain't linked me. I linked to go run. It took a while.
First of all, he called me. First of all, I was just starting my little health process. And I was running maybe 1 or 2 miles a day, feeling good about myself because I wasn't running miles at all. He called me like,
she was going to the gym.
Still not running more than 2 miles.
It's not about running.
He called me and said, "Hey."
I was talking about going to the gym. I'm like, "Yo, when you go to the gym, lick me. Let me know." It took her forever.
That took me forever. But no, he called me talking about, "Let's go run 6 miles."
I didn't say 6 miles. I said 3 to 5.
No, because you.
I got the video. I'll put the video up there.
I'm talking about for Herbalife. like?
I know. I got the video. The
said
first
3 to
day.
5?
Yeah. I always say 3 to 5.
Oh, so you was lying.
No, I probably exaggerated. I probably said it's 6 miles. You could do it.
He was like 6 miles. And for a person who's running for 1 to 2 miles a day, 6 miles is.
But
like,
it's spaced out. And we taking breaks.
I didn't know this.
You gotta experience it.
I was
gotta get
scared.
that-
I
you
was
gotta-
scared.
look.
I was shook, shivering.
She was a pro out there.
I went out there.
She was top 5.
Top
like,
5,
easy.
top 5. You know what I'm saying? Out there.
Like she been working out her whole life. She worried about, you know what I mean? Like it's all right. You gonna be good.
I'm trying.
So yeah, tell people about your journey, your health journey.
All right. Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's say about 2 years ago, I went to take a physical in January, and I just needed a physical for work. Nothing crazy. Like, I mean, I knew I was a heavy set person, but I always thought I still maintained the same weight from high school. So, like, I thought I was going to be, like, 180. I was 180 throughout the whole high school. I think I've been 150 and up since I was about 10 years old. I've been 150 and up. Like, I've always been a heavy set kid. Like, I look like Biggie Smalls. You feel me? Like, I got pictures.
Spice.
I got pictures.
Go ahead.
I got pictures. So, I went to take my physical, and I stepped on the scale, and she came back, and she was like, Mecca, you are 220 pounds. You are morbidly obese for your size. And that's a really big health issue. And I was like, damn, I just came here for a physical.
So
Yeah, I just came here to go to, I gotta go to work. Like, I didn't hear it's just a bomb to drop on somebody.
On flesh room.
Like, I gotta go be a bartender after this. Like, it's hard.
Flow.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right. So I went home, and I was like, you know, I went through I was just figuring out depression and everything. It was hitting me hard. Like, dang, like, I'm obese. Like, I didn't think I got this big. Like, I've been running track since I was 7. I stopped running when I was probably like 9 or 10. Didn't pick it back up again until I was probably like 13, 14. And at that point, I was too big to really run as fast as I used to. So I did field defense. So when you did field defense, you build like a bunch of body mass and everything. So I was a sturdy, thick person. You know what I'm saying? So I look like, if you see me back then, you wouldn't think I was over maybe a $190. You feel me? But I was 220, and it dawned on me, and I was like, I'm gonna wake up one day, and I'm gonna be like, I had asthma. It was bad. Like, I couldn't breathe at night. You can constantly hear me breathing. I sound like, hey, super, from PJ's The Project. That was me. That's how I breathe. I was in the nebulizer and everything. So one day, it was a hot July day. The sun was beaming, and I had on like this long sleeve hoodie and sweatpants, and I was sad, and I just went for a walk. I walked around the block like 3 times, and it made me feel good. I was talking to myself, talking about things that made me feel good and everything, and the next day I walked around the block 4 times. And the next day after that, I was like, I'm gonna jog these 2 blocks, and I jogged around the block twice. And I was like, go further, and I started going further, and every day, I just started running. I just kind of found myself running every day. It wasn't, you know, like, I was just like, wake up, and then be like, let's go for a run. I wouldn't listen to music sometimes, because sometimes I want to talk to myself, think about how's my mental, where I'm going through, what's going on with my life right now. Like, because there'll be days, like, where I would slip up, and I would just gorge out in food, and I'd be like, dang, all that hard work was for nothing. But then I was like, no, I'm going to just go. So, like, my eating habits, like, I don't know what I can say, because, like, I didn't do anything special.
You committed.
Listen, my eating habits were horrible. Like, I can't say they were horrible. For the first month that I started losing weight, I was doing the Herbalife. Like, I was doing the shake in the morning, the shake in the afternoon, and the meal at night, the snacks in between. I did that for a full month. But then I started, like, as I was running more, I was getting too hungry to just let the shake sustain me. And, like, I was making bigger meals, and I was eating so much more that I was just like, you know what? I'm at a size where I'll just eat whatever I want, because I'm going to just run it all. So I started to eat and run. And then I remember, as I was, like, getting to, like, a certain point, you and I were breaking the deck down in the back of my dad's house, right? We was in there doing, like, hot, just going ham, just breaking the joint down. I just was trying, you was flexing your 6-pack, exactly. He was flexing his 6-pack, right?
She said, no. Like she just said earlier, I'm looking a little husky. That day, she was like, oh, you looking a little strong. You got a little six. I'm like, I always had a six pack, bro. Like, it may look a little more defined now because I do sit-ups and martial arts every Tuesday and Thursday. So it may be a little more defined.
Right.
So I wasn't flexing it.
Nigga had a
I just took my shirt off because it was hot.
Like,
It was hot outside.
look like the best slave in the railroad. Like,
John Henry bag, come on.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, cause like here I am, still got a little fupa and everything. So like,
Don't worry about that.
I'm like, you know, trying to be. I'm like, man, how do you get this six pack? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be defined. So he was like, "What you eating?" I was like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like, I want to eat whatever I want to eat. Cause that's what I've been doing. I've been eating whatever I want to eat, and I just want to keep doing it because I know I can run it off. I can just maintain what I was. And then I was like, you know what? Let me eat healthier. So then I started meal prepping. I started doing like overnight oats in the morning. I did a salad.
Oh, you would let them soak overnight?
I would make them at night, which consists of oats, yogurt, honey, vanilla, almond butter, peaches, and some little chia seeds. Stir it up, put the cap on it, and leave it overnight. And you wake up, and it's just like the oats in the morning time when you eat it. It's just gonna spread out and absorb in your stomach, and it makes you feel full.
Nice.
Like the one I just told you, that's considered a peach cobbler one. Then you can make peanut butter and jelly, strawberry jam. You can make a bunch of different flavors as long as you got the proper ingredients. So it'd be like refrigerated oats, a salad, and my salad wasn't just a regular salad. Like I put shit on it. Like I'm doing grilled chicken or salmon. We got a little corn, carrots, a little egg, a little piece of little avocado. Like it's a salad. Like I'm not gonna sit here and starve myself. I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna eat nutritiously. I'm gonna eat smart. And you know, I would make a good size salad, and at night I probably like eat whatever I wanted to, like a nice. But it had to be something like it had to have a meat, it had to have a starch, and it had to have a vegetable. Like as long as I stayed to that, and that's what I ate for the rest of the time frame. And after that, I got the body I wanted. And after that, I was like, you ever just get like a certain type, and you just ain't gonna lose it. So that's how I've been. So lately, I just been like, I eat anything, everything, all day long. I think for 1 week I survived off of pretzels and ice cream every day, just because I love ice cream and pretzels. But like I ate it every day, and I'm lactose intolerant, so the bathroom was not my fan. But like it was so much milk in me. It was horrible.
It's okay. We're not telling y'all to do that though.
No, please do not. Please do not. But that's honestly how I did it. Like I just believed in myself. I never, and then it still be times like it's still things that's not perfect. Like for instance, you probably can't tell because my shirt is said big baggy, but like I may have lost all my weight, but I still have all this extra skin. For instance, like I went from being a D cup to now I am a B. So like all this is so much extra skin. I do push-ups, I do arm lifts, but it's just still extra skin. And to some people, like sure I have a nice body, but like I'm still like insecure about things now that I probably never even thought about being insecure. Like, cause like then I was so broke, like bust up here, like they sat up a little bit, but now like they're small and they sag and it makes sense. Like, so like it's stuff that still like makes me insecure. I don't feel like I have the perfect body. I don't feel like I'm where I want to be. There's always where you want to be, which you can always maintain.
It's always room for
but I'm not pressuring. Like before, I used to pressure myself and like, this is where I want to be. This is how I want to look. This, that, and the third. Yeah. And I blame it on society and social media, honestly, because that's all you see.
Facts.
But now that like it's so much body positivity going on, it's like I look good for like my size. That if my body doesn't attract you, I'm pretty sure my personality could.
For sure.
You know. So that's my body journey.
Didn't you go like vegan, vegetarian for like a month or so?
I went vegan for 3 months.
How was it?
Oh man, I went vegan for 3 months and I did not do it properly. I probably would do it again. It was, first of all, the food was delicious. I felt good. I was more energized. I had I wasn't tired. I had I felt good in the inside and didn't feel sluggish. It was good. I felt like I was cleansing my body. Yeah. But I didn't do it the proper way. You're supposed to wean yourself off of meat, and I just quit cold turkey. Right in. I was just like, I went from eating a burger, chicken, and a cheesesteak that whole week to be like, you know what? I ain't eating meat no more. That's it. I went from like just eating corn. I went pretty much like a David diet. Like I just berries and vegetables, and that was it. Water. I wasn't even drinking soda. I wasn't drinking juice. Nothing. Anything. Nothing. Just water.
3 months. That's a good. That's
3
a good
months.
amount of time though.
But like I was getting like I got too skinny. I went so.
Was you still working out during that time?
I was working out too, but like I got skinny. Oh, if anybody wanted to know, I went from 220, then I'm now 150. But when I did my vegan diet, I dropped down to 140.
Okay.
And I just looked like a crackhead. You was like, you got a lollipop head and your body skinny. It's crackhead. You just need a puffin, like a little the black jacket with a little fur around it, some tights that look real skinny on your leg, with these boots, or sometimes they the sneakers, the black sneakers that look like they heels that come down like that. You know what I'm talking about? They always baby fat with a little zipper on the side. You know which one I'm talking about.
I know. Relax. Okay.
You must not be near Kendrick.
So you saying how would you do it if you were to do it again? You would wean yourself?
I would wean myself off. Like I would just do like I don't do pork now. I don't do pork. I don't do pork because Dan doesn't eat pork. So I've been doing beef bacon and everything. Beef bacon is 10 times better than pork bacon. Let me put that out there. It's 10 times better. But it comes in a certain place to turkey, especially from Green Eggs Cafe. Turkey bacon.
A1.
A1 steak sauce.
Okay.
But I probably would just to start off with just doing like I wouldn't do fried. I would just do all grilled or baked chicken, and I would do more like salmon. And I would just to keep some protein in my system, and then I would find protein supplement pills or something that can replace protein in a sense, because I really do not try to stay off medication. I really don't like medication, but I would choose something that would supplement the protein for me instead of just quitting cold turkey. I still need that protein, because if I'm not getting that protein, that's what was making me sick. I wasn't getting that nutrition that I needed.
What is protein?
You don't put me on the spot like that.
I feel like we had this conversation before. That's why I did it to her. Because we like to use words that we hear people say, but we don't really know what they mean. So I'll let her slide. You feel me? I'm just throwing her a little joint. So you don't know what protein is?
You go there.
Listen. Basically, she gonna look it up on my phone. Let me unlock that for you, baby girl.
Wait, no, I want to say it. Let me.
Okay, she going live action, getting that work done. You feel me? Protein. Let's see what the Google say.
How can you get these?
I didn't look at the week.
Proteins are essential nutrients for the human body. They are one of the building blocks of body tissue and can also serve as a fuel source. As a fuel, protein provided as much energy density as carbohydrates. 4 kcal per gram. In contrast, lipid provided 9 kcal per gram.
Mm-hmm. So, protein is a macronutrient essential to building. I'm looking for a specific drawing, but essentially proteins are the general term. Amino acids are more specifically what makes a protein. And there's different types of protein. So depending on the groups of amino acids, define the type of protein. So, but everything has protein, everything has amino acids. So when we speak upon it, it's like we're speaking like generally. It's like I'm looking for, a girl with red hair, and it's like, well, what type of hairstyle do she have? Do she have the false locks or the butterfly locks? Do she got the bob? She got the wig? Like, which one is it? Type John. So saying all that to say, everything has protein, everything has amino acids. Is more so, what type of specific proteins are you looking for to build the type of body that you want to build? And then when we're talking about building the type of body that we want to build, the body that you want to build is synonymous with the lifestyle that you have. So a lot of people are big because their lifestyle is sedentary. And then once they lose weight, it's like you got to put that muscle back on, or you got to turn the fat into muscle, because muscle weighs more than fat. That's why I asked her, was she working out? Because that's a process in itself. Like, people go through the process of getting skinny, because they were bigger. But me, I always been skinny, so I never really got skinny once I changed my diet. It's really just putting on muscle for me because I was always active. So it's all about putting muscle on for me. But everybody's journey is different. But I saw skinny people get thick on a plant-based diet, and I saw both, like skinny and they go back to meat and all type of stuff. So everybody body types is different. It's about knowing yourself, knowing the information, and like really like committing or just knowing how you want to go about it type joint. Um, so yeah, no, that's a good for me. Like when I switched from uh, eating meat to plant based, I kind of cut it off, but I was preparing the months before. Like I was eating more vegetables, fruits and vegetables, and I knew how it made me feel, and I know I was gonna feel lighter and da da da, or the hunger feeling, which is not necessarily hungry. It's just like
A mindset.
yeah, and your emotions connected to what you eat. Like just being like tired when you eat versus having energy is two different. It's a shift in thought. So after the holidays, that was like my last meals, and then I had a cheesesteak. You was the last person I had the cheesesteak with.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the terminal. And then your boy been popping. You feel me? So that don't mean I still did some unhealthy things in that time, but that it just made me aware of what's healthy and what's not healthy, and to choose to have the power. The power is in the option to choose what you want to do. Like knowing, having the awareness is a power, and then taking the actual, power into your hands and choosing what you want to create. So it's all about manifesting what you want at the end of the day. You feel me? Um, so tell them about the stool. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the release.
Pooping?
Yeah.
Ah. which time I'm talking about, like lactose intolerant time, or just in like after like veganism?
Either one. And how, now I'm talking about the physical, the stool, how you put your feet up, you know what I'm saying, to help you, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Oh, you was looking at me like, hey, no.
cause you know another word
Yeah.
for poop is stool.
No, facts.
So I thought you was talking about, but no, it's
No,
still the same
both.
thing though. No, like listen, you put me on this tip. If y'all listen, if
I
y'all
don't know.
if y'all don't know this tip, then I don't know how y'all been pooping. So listen,
Struggling.
if you ever got like a little, it ain't even gotta be that high. Your knee just gotta be like to your chest, just a little bit high, just a little high, or put your foot on up against something. Just
Facts.
raise your feet up against something like that, and just push.
Relax.
It's so relaxing. It's no need to push anymore. It's not like a strain. It's like it's the way the gravity is. It's like you'll naturally just push it out.
Mm-hmm.
There's never been a strain. Like I'm not sitting in the toilet anymore. It's that and drinking more water. Like if your stool is coming out too hard, you're not drinking enough water. You need to hydrate your stool. Your stool is hard because it's not hydrated. Hydrate yourself so it can come out like soft serve ice cream. That's how poop's supposed to come out. I'm so serious. Poop's supposed to come out like soft serve ice cream. It's because you're not drinking enough water. Your body's not hydrated enough.
How often should they poop?
They say it's healthy to poop about 2 to 3 times a day. If you're pooping 1 or 2, that's fine too, but it's not healthy not to poop every day. You're supposed to poop at least once a day.
Facts.
It's unhealthy because that means that toxins in your body have went nowhere. Your metabolism is not moving that fast for your body to release these toxins. 1 is how you keep fat on your body, and 2, like that's how you become sluggish because you still have all this toxins in you.
Waste man.
You can pee as much as you want to, but you need to poop too. And if you need help pooping, you need to eat more vegetables.
Things that'll naturally cleanse and detox you, such as
Prunes.
herbs, and they're hydrating as well. It's also another water source.
Dates.
Fiber things. You know what I'm saying? So you got what advice would you give to somebody on their health journey?
Do it your own way. That's why people used to ask me like, you should be like one of the trainers. No, I can't, because like what works for me may not work for you, and I need people to understand that what works for me may not work for you. I'll be damned for somebody to get their hopes up thinking they're gonna get the same body I did or the same results I did, and it don't work for you. You do the same hardship. I watch you do the same thing I did, if not harder, because you have a bigger goal to get, and it's not working for you. But then again, it also depends. Like, if you are trying to do it, you have to be serious. You can't just be like with your trainer or by yourself, like, oh, I'm working hard in the gym, but then you're not eating properly. You're not doing the things at home which you need to be doing. Like, you're still eating chips at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're still not doing anything that benefit. Like, you're canceling out your progress. Like, if you're going to do it, you need to commit. And that's another thing. You have to commit. That is a big commitment. Because you want to know why it's a big commitment? Because you're committing to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the biggest commitment you can ever do, is a commitment to yourself.
Facts.
You're committing to yourself. You want people to commit to you, but can you commit to you?
Oh, God.
If you can't commit to you, why should anybody else? You want you to be the best you can be? Be it. Be it.
I challenge you. I challenge you to be the best you.
What's his name? Even Stevens?
It was Disney?
Yeah, but remember he got older, Shia LaBeouf?
I don't remember that.
He got one on a rampage. On like the middle of the streets, and he was just like, do it!
Maybe.
Let's
just say I did, guys.
just say.
All right, we almost out of here. You got tell them your Cash App in case they want to support you. Donate a couple dollars. You feel me? They might fuck with you.
You don't have to support me, but if you want to support me, it's little $ Mecca MECCA 314.
Mecca Pie. That's birthday thing.
Birthday things.
Whole lot of. Last words you want to leave the folks with? Any message, conclusion?
I'm gonna leave him with my high school quote.
Okay.
That I left on my yearbook by Dr. Seuss, because I'm a child at heart. I don't care.
We all are.
I'm a child of God.
Embrace your inner child.
Embrace it. First, that's another thing. I can't wait. Before I make my last closing statement, another thing is you're never too old. You're not. If you ever listen to the song, you're not old till 93. If you hit 93, you're old. But other than that, like,
keep living.
Keep living. You be a child. Why grow up? Pay bills.
Niggas don't want to do that when they grow up.
Pay bills.
They have to. They don't want to.
You know what I'm saying? Go to work. Do laundry. I want to do that shit. I want to do that shit. I want to do that shit too. But my closing statement is Dr. Seuss. You are you. That's truer than true. There's no one in the world who's more youer than you.
You know what I'm saying? Don't and on top of that, don't compare your journey to other people's journey. Yours is specific to you.
Special.
To you and your DNA. Nobody else got your DNA in this world.
Exactly.
That's why you gotta figure it out for yourself, how you wanna maneuver. People could give you advice, but you gotta make the advice yours. You gotta make it, you mean? You gotta really take it there. So yeah, be y'all, be great, be love. Yeah, we're gonna holler at y'all on the I mean, whole lot of.
What was that?
Yeah.
Is that your sign off thing?
No, that's the.
Do you do it to everyone?
Sometimes, but that's the bull, the old head bull. What's his name? He be like, "Good morning."
Oh, they go.
Yeah, that joint.
The one he be like, it's not.
Yeah.